Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling at the end fine. So as you all know that today is the Wednesday and today we will be discussing RBI Grade B Livemint News Analysis session, especially from the important articles that were coming in the Livemint. We will be discussing these Livemint news and we'll be doing the analysis of these articles. So every Wednesday, we are taking some or the other articles, important articles for the analysis. So once again, I welcome you all in this session, and I'm feeling great to have you all here. So before starting of the session, may I know how many people are there in the session? If you can just let me know how many people are there in the session, that I will be really grateful. Is there anybody who's there in the session? I can see some one or two people are there. So may I know how many people are there in the session? Mm, okay, we can just go ahead and start with our session right away. So this is RBI Grade B Live and News Analysis for RBI Grade B examination, and we are pledging for success. This course is offering you the live video batches, comprehensive coverage of the syllabus. Slowly, we'll be discussing regarding the syllabus also. I am there, so doubt clearing by the experts, preparation guidance. I keep on providing at all the phases and exam center study. Since you are in Oliveboard, you are already doing the exam centered study. Okay, so now today we'll be doing the November 2022 live mint session, and this is going to be the session number 3 of November. Okay, so here we have already completed July, we have already completed August, we have already completed September, October. These 4 months are already over, and from the November month we have already completed two, and today is the third month. Okay, today is the third lecture on the November month, right? So the first article that we will be discussing today is QS Asia University Ranking 2023. 19 Indian university has features in the top 200. Okay, so QS stands for Quackerly Simons. Okay, Quackerly Simons report. So they have featured around, they released a report in which they rank the universities of Asia. So 19 university, Indian university have featured in the top 200 list. Out of that, IIT Bombay among the top in the position, okay, country's top, okay, not in the Asia top, it is the country's top university ranking 40th. So they have got the 40th rank in the QS Asia University ranking. Okay, so this is the first time that highest number of university have been featured in the QS ranking. So QS Simons is an international ranking agency. So it is a British company who evaluate the institution throughout the world. Higher education institution they evaluate throughout the world, and this company was founded in 1990 in Nunzio Quackerly. Okay, so IIT Bombay was at the 40th position, followed by IIT Delhi that is stood at 46th position, and then after that Indian Institute of Sciences Bangalore that has come at 52nd position. So this is a annual publication. QS World University Ranking is a annual publication of the university, and overall they do the subject ranking based on the world top university, various subjects they study. Okay, 50 study, then compatible faculties area, then regional tables like Asia, Latin America, Europe, Central Asia, Arab region. Okay, and then they rank throughout the world. Okay, so under the same grouping they try to they just produce the list regarding the graduate employability ranking, and then best student cities rating, then higher education system strength ranking, then ranking by the location and the suits of the business ranking, and the global MBA and distance online MBA. So they provide all these rankings. This ranking, QS ranking, is very important because this is a highly qualitative ranking that any institution is providing. So it shows the popularity of any institution, the quality of any courses that any university is providing. Okay, so here Even some private university has also been featured, like Amity University has been ranked 200 in the QS ranking. Okay, then University of Calcutta is 181 position. Jadavpur University is there. Anna University is there. Right. So these all in universities are there which have ranked under the 200 list. Right. And the India's second best private university, that is Chandigarh University, Gharoun, is at the 185th position, and it is one of the important feature to note is that it is the Asia's this is the Asia's youngest university. University of Chandigarh. Chandigarh University is the Asia's youngest university that has featured in the top 200 university. So here it is just ranking who publish it and what is the quality of these ranking. Okay. So why the quality? Why the ranking and why so many universities are featuring in our country is that because of the quality of education that we provide, because of the quality of education that provide. And we have a new education policy of 2020 that has also come, and it is not going to be implemented. It is the skill development based new education policy that we are going to focus on. So this new education policy has already been launched, and right now it has been started implementation in the Indian universities. And in the near future we will be finding more and more university getting rank under 200 under the QS ranking. And we all know that most of the states are already running their own special program for the quality augmentation of the universities. Like Gujarat has set up their own Gujarat Accreditation and Ranking Institute Mechanism Arrangement, that is called Garima. Then UP have also set their own has Uttar Pradesh Center for Ranking Accreditation and Mentoring, that UPCRAM. So we are all doing our efforts in order to improve the ranking and in order to improve the quality of our universities throughout the world. Okay. Now the second one is 26th edition of multinational maritime exercise Malabar culminates. Okay, so we know that Malabar exercise is being done between the four countries. Okay, what are these four countries? India, Japan, Australia, and USA. These all four countries are a part of Quad network. Okay, the main thing is that they wanted to contain China, and that is why in the Indo-Pacific region, they have started this exercise as a joint military exercise. Earlier, this exercise was happening since 1992. This exercise was happening. Earlier, this exercise was happening between India and USA. Later, the Australia and Japan has also joined this. So from the Indian side, so this is going to be the 30th anniversary of the uh, Quad Malabar exercise, because in 1992 this process has started for now 2022. So 30 years have passed. We are doing these exercises. So from Indian Navy, we have Shivalik's INS Shivalik frigate stealth destroyer, and ASW covert INS Komorta is going to participate, already participated in the exercise. So this is like they wanted to show off sea warfare activities. They do the live firing activities so that they have a good communication skills. They can have a better interoperability among their workings. Okay, so some ships are nuclearly powered aircrafts are there. Okay, aircraft carrier nuclearly powered aircrafts are there. Then air elements are there. Long range multi maritime patrol aircrafts are there. Helicopters, submarines, all have been taking part in these Malabar exercises. The main task is that if they wanted to do any kind of joint operation, they should have a good interoperability among themselves, good communication among them, and good coordination among them. So every time this exercise keeps on happening in order to make sure that the confidence remain there and the confidence remain boosted throughout the time frame. Okay, so bilateral logistics supports and everything is being provided. So Malabar exercise started in 1992. As I said, it is between India and US, and slowly the navies of Australia and Japan have also joined. So this year, last year, 30 years we are celebrating for this Malabar exercise. Okay. Okay, now the third news is regarding the SME lending startup, small medium enterprise lending startup, FT Cash. So this is a lending startup. They have got the NBFC license from the RBI, non-banking financial company license. They have got it from the RBI. So now it is the target of this company is that they are going to disburse the loan up to rupees 100 and rupees 100 crore in financial year 2023. Okay. So before I am talking regarding this, may I know how many people are there in the session? They can just like the session so that I may know exactly that you are there in the session. May I know how many people are there in the session? May I know how many people? They can just say hi, hello to me in the chat box. You can just simply like the session so that I may know you are there in the session. Okay, so we can just go ahead with our session now. Yeah. So SME lending, so FT Cash is one of the fastest growing a technological company for online. This is like a startup that is providing the lending loans to the people, right? So the main task is that they wanted to empower their 60 million micro merchants and small businesses that are there in our country. Okay, if there is any kind of lending gap, that means if anybody want loan and they are just they have an issue with the documentation or any other thing, they wanted to make the loan accessible. So FT Cash has got the NBFC license, so they are being himself they are treating as themselves as their responsible lender, because they have created a algorithm that is called proprietary algorithm. Okay, proprietary algorithm they have created in which they analyze the credit worthiness, and they normally offer underserved MSME. They offer loans to retailers, pharmacies, garment stores, automobile shop, moms and pop stores. The normal shop stores are there. Okay, so there. So they have a proprietary algorithm which checks the credit worthiness of any of the institution. Okay, so this company has done an partnership with Northern Arc and UGRO and Embed, because they provide credit offering to their customer, for providing credit offering, because from there they take the loan and then they provide loans to these people, right? So FT Cash has been registered as MBFC, and the headquarter of FT Cash is in Mumbai. So it is founded in 2015. Everybody should know that, by Sanjeev Chandak, Deepak Kothari, and Vaibhav Lodha, right? So proprietary algorithm they are having, and they have already created a open architecture based platform in which the people can do any kind of digital payments even within the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so they have integrated all the things. Okay, so they have aggregated all payment methods like your credit card, debit card, net banking, mobile wallets, UPI, PayPal. They have all done the aggregating of all the payments work, and then they will be running that. Now what is the NBFC? When we talk of NBFC, what is the NBFC? So people have said that they normally do the same work as bank, but why, what is the difference between the NBFC and the bank? NBFC is registered under the Companies Act. Okay, they are not under Banking Regulation Act. Okay, so NBFC is under the Companies Act, and they are only engaged in the work of giving loans and advances, or they can acquire the share, stock, bond, debenture, security that is issued by the government or the local body. Okay, hiring, leasing, purchase, but very important, they cannot involve in any of the work. They are not involved in any of the work whose principal business is of agriculture activity or industrial activity or purchase of sale of any goods or providing any service. So they are only for giving loans and advances. They can only invest the money in shares, stocks, bonds, debentures, securities. They cannot do normal business. They cannot be participate in the industrial activity or agriculture activity or any purchase of sale of any goods. Okay, they cannot do that. So they have only the role, they have been registered under the Companies Act. Now, so is there Jigyasha Verma? Hello Jigyasha, welcome to the session. I hope you are good. Thank you so much for letting me know that you are here. Thank you so much. Okay, Now, Amazon India and TVS. Amazon India and TVS Motors have signed an MOU to scale up electrical vehicle deployment. So these questions normally come in some of the banking examination, like TVS has collaborated with which institution, or Amazon has collaborated with which major car or bike maker or two-wheeler maker for the electrical vehicle deployment. These kind of questions normally get asked. All right. So Amazon India and TVS Motor have announced that they have been strategically engaged in developing of the electrical mobility. Okay, electric two vehicle mobility, and that will be the main focus of the Amazon is for the last mile deliveries. So Amazon have also said that they are going to utilize around 10,000 electrical vehicles in the country for last mile delivery. Okay, 10,000 vehicles they are going. So that is why they have collaborated with TVS for the same purpose. Okay, so Amazon have already given their goals, like by 2040, Amazon wanted to become net zero. Okay, so every company, every institution, every other places wanted to become net zero. Okay, we have, as you all know, that our India goal is what? India at Conference of Party 21 in Paris 215, we have said goal have been signed in the Paris climate for the net zero. So our net zero is 2070. India is going to achieve the net zero by 2070. So that is why each and every institution are working their own way to reach the net zero. So India, as you all know, that India is already running and giving boost to the electrical vehicle market under the FAME scheme. India FAME scheme is already running, and so there has been the sign of that we wanted to support the global electrical vehicle 30 at 30. That means at least 30% of the vehicle sale has to be electric by 2030. That is the target that we have selected of the world. The world target has been selected like that. Okay, and then we are already running our famous scheme, faster adoption and manufacturing of electrical vehicle, in which government is giving PLIs. What is PLIs? Production linked incentives. The more you produce, the more incentives you are getting. Okay, so government is already running their own focuses, and in 2020 Amazon have said that 10,000 electrical vehicles they will be buying by 2025. And as you all know that Amazon has already pledged the climate pledge that Amazon is going to achieve the net zero by 2040 ahead of the Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement has put 2050 target for each and every country, but India has said that they will be achieving by India has said that India will be achieving by 2070. China said that they will be achieving by 2060. But for the most of the developed world, the date is 2050. So Amazon have said that they will be achieving this target by 2040. So they will be putting like 10,000 electrical vehicle by 2030 in their fleet for supply for the delivery of the orders. Okay, so this is going to achieve the net zero carbon goals. Is there anything anybody wanted to ask? Is there anything anybody wanted to ask? Okay. So, E-Gaming Federation have appointed Aruna Sharma and Satish Mathur on the advisory board. So we know that how the e-gaming system are evolving in our country. The laptops, the mobiles, the tablets, everywhere you can see the people are engaged in the screen, working on the screen, playing in the screen. Then most of the people are there, lot of time is get evolved in the screen. Okay, even the children, the most important, the children's and the youths of the country are being engaged in the online gaming, like we have a PUBG is there and various other games are there. Okay, so there is a non-profit organization that is called E-Gaming Federation. So they represent the online gaming operators in the country, right? So recently they have appointed Aruna Sharma, that is Secretary of Ministry of Electronics and IT, and Satish Mathur, DGP, former DGP of the Maharashtra, as a advisory panel, because we wanted to check the e-gaming development in our country, right? So they will be advising the government regarding the how we can make the gaming a responsible gaming, then how we can properly utilize the best practices for players protections, how we can put the regulatory know and how over, like what is the regulatory requirement for e-gaming, because a lot of e-gamings are there, like if you see the ads are coming, like you play cards, okay, you have to pay, you have to pay the cards using your money, you have to put the credit card details, okay, credit details you have to fill, right, in the mobile apps you have to fill the credit card details. So there is a lot of regulatory framework that has to be set up. We have to make sure that safe, responsible, fair and transparent environment should be maintained, right? So we all know that lot of frauds, lot of online scams are keeps on happening, people are losing their hard earned money. So in order to secure the gaming environment, this panel has been set up on the advisory board to advise the government, okay. Now the goal is very very simple: to regulate, first of all to regulate properly and also to facilitate the growth of this market. We have to put in all the important best in class standard and infrastructure at that place, and we have to also take out the booming economy of the gaming market. We have to take the maximum benefit of the booming economy of the gaming market, at the same time although to provide the healthy practices in the gaming, okay, operation standards, responsible gaming that we have to put. So we it is estimated that it is the 38 billion market in 2019, and it is about by 2025 this market will be increasing to $122 billion. So yes, it requires good amount of control and regulation if we wanted to protect this whole scenario of e-gaming, okay. Yeah, so Jikyasa is asking, it is compulsory to read Livement. I am not able to follow regularly. Don't worry, you if you don't follow the regularly, you can follow every Wednesday my lecture. Okay? Because here we are taking very, very important articles. Okay, important articles we are taking. So you just view my lectures and we'll be discussing each and everything over here. Right? That is why we have come up with this series so that you don't have to read the newspaper, right? Got it? Fine. Now, Chabahar port will boost the connectivity and economic potential of the SCO. That is said by our S. Jaishankar, who is the Minister of External Affairs. Okay. Chabahar port, everybody knows, right? So Chabahar port and international north-south transport corridor is there. We are developing the Chabahar port and north-south transport corridor in order to improve the logistic availability transport sector throughout the Asia, European and Pacific region. No, not Pacific, Asia, Europe and Arab nations. So recently in November 21st, SCO, Shanghai Corporation Organization meeting has happened, and the focus was on the proper flow of goods, trades. That is the main agenda. Everywhere, obviously, the main agenda is regarding the goods, services, trade, then security and environment, right? So SCO has been especially built for taking the centrality of the interests of the Central Asian states, right? So Shanghai Corporation Organization has specifically been set up to keep the benefits of the Central Asian states. Connectivity is very, very important. Because of the connectivity, we should also have to respect the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of the maritime of the member states. Government, we all know that this year, government Prime Minister Narendra Modi have also said regarding a life mission, lifestyle for environment, and also to create a circular economy. So total trade that is happening between the SEO member is around US dollar 141 billion. So this trade can increase very leap and bounds. It can be 3x times multiplication that can happen if we are able to develop the proper connectivity. Connectivity, more proper connectivity through roads, through water time, through oceans will increase the trade to 3 to 4 times. So that is why India is developing the Chabahar port in Iran. Okay, the Chabahar port is in Iran and Afghanistan in the Sistan Balochistan province to boost the connectivity and the trade ties between the India, Iran, and Afghanistan. Right? But there was an issue that has happened with the Iran, and because of that, sanctions have been put on the Iran. But now India is going to develop the Chabahar port. So if you can see over here, here this is Iran and this is Chabahar. Okay, this is Chabahar port. So India is thinking that from Mumbai, Gujarat, they can send their trade to the Chabahar. From Iran, this road can be built towards Afghanistan, and Afghanistan you can reach towards the Kaaba. But recently, there is a Taliban control over there. So right now, government is not actively taking part in this mission. But still, but this is a very good mission if you wanted to connect with the European and the Central Asian countries. This is the best route that you can follow. This is the best route you can follow by passing the Pakistan. Similarly, if you can see over here, Gwadar Port is in Pakistan. Gwadar Port is being developed by the China Pakistan economic corridor that China is building, right? So that is why Chabahar port is the answer to the Gwadar port, right? So and what is SCO? SCO is a permanent intergovernmental international organization. It is the Eurasian Central Organization. It is they normally the people talks regarding the politics, economics, military organization. The main task is there is always of maintaining peace, security, and stability over there. Okay, so this SU was created in 2001. Charter was signed in 2002, and that came into force in 2003. Okay, India and Pakistan became the full member in 2017, right? And on latest edition was 17 September 21. Iran has been asked to join as a full member of SC. Okay, so the main objective of this SCO is we wanted to strengthen the mutual trust among the people, among the neighboring countries, so that more and more trust develop, more and more trade will happen. Okay, cooperation in politics, technology, research areas, then also everything can be done like your tourism, trade, energy. If cooperation, if confidence builds up, so obviously all the other things follow. All the other things follows, right? Now, now this is the last news for today. Vedanta Balco test the biodiesel as a green fuel alternatives. Biodiesel. You know, Vedanta is controlling the Bharat Aluminium Corporation Limited, controlled Bharat Aluminium Corporation Limited. They have recently tested the biodiesel in their smelting operation. Okay, in the smelting operation, they have utilized the biodiesel. So, company have utilized the biodiesel for preheating the molten metal. Okay, so there is a molten metal, liquid metal is there of aluminium carrying vehicle that is called leadless. Okay, so that the purpose is that they transfer the hot metal into the molten stage from a pot line to the cast house. So they have utilized that over their biodiesel. Okay, so what is a pot line? Pot line is like a long buildings, like you have a buildings like the one building, two building, three buildings, okay, or a collection of building. So smelters are located over there. So the normally the smelters, the goods of is sent from here, then here, then here, then here. So all these things buildings. So they have utilized a series of pots are there, and they have utilized the large electrolytic cells in which aluminum smelting is carried out. Okay, so they the preheating they used to do, preheating they have to do. So this preheating is very important if you wanted to remove any kind of moisture from the lid, right? So this preheating body maintain the purity and the temperature of metal during the transportation to the cast houses. So this preheating, what we do of the molten aluminium is very important because we have to maintain the purity of the aluminium. Okay, so this purity is on once the purity is maintained, we can be easily cast into the various finished product. So biodiesel is utilized for preheating molten metal. Okay, biodiesel is utilized for preheating the molten metals. Okay, so from how this biodiesel is produced. Normally, biodiesel is produced from the organic matter. When we burn the organic matter, significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions are there, right? So we can just remove the conventional greenhouse gas. We can remove the conventional fossil fuel and we can utilize the biodiesel. It will be fossil fuel. It will not, it will be a green fuel. Okay, it's a fuel derived from the organic matter, which when burned produce significant lower greenhouse gases. So if you are burning the biodiesel, it will release very less greenhouse gases as compared to the conventional greenhouse gas, or as conventional to the uh, fossil fuels, right? So they have a target to achieve net zero by 2050, right? So there are various energy conservation techniques that Balco is utilizing. So they wanted to generate around 22,000 gigajoules of energy. Okay, so they are taking the significant effort to reach the net zero by 2050. Okay, and they are, because every industries have to work together in order to find like how they can reduce the carbon emissions. So Balco is taking a good amount of initiative in decarbonization. They are taking innovative work like energy saving. They are doing greenhouse gas emission, they are reducing. Out of that, biodiesel is one of the main innovative way they are utilizing, and they are utilizing emerging technologies, and they wanted to be the top in the environmental, social and governance. Very important. Okay, so that is why Balco has earned the various awards for their own innovative efforts. So Balco is a aluminium producer in our country. 49% is owned by the government and 51% is owned by the Vedanta. Okay, so management is with Vedanta, right? So they are the largest aluminium manufacturer in our country. 5.57 million tons of aluminium they are producing at Korba in Chhattisgarh in their one plant. Okay, so this is the process of biodiesel. So biodiesel, they collect the seeds from the plants. They are transported by a truck. Seeds are extracted from the center, then they process for the there is a mechanism in which they take out the oil from that, and then biodiesel is ready for the consumption. Then byproducts of the biodiesel are utilized for oil kicks and glycerines. So even the byproducts are also used. Okay, they releases very less greenhouse gases. Very less they releases the greenhouse gases. Okay, so guys, this is all for today. I think everybody has enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for joining the session. If there is anything you wanted to ask, please ask me. Is there anything I can you can ask me? You can ask me. I am waiting for 1 minute. If you have anything to ask, please ask me. Okay. So I think it's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care. And tomorrow, is there anything I can help you with that? Okay, you are asking about the headline inflation. Okay, I'll just tell you. You know, inflation is calculated by finding out the average rise in the prices, average rise in the prices of various goods, right? Inflation is that. Now, there is a core inflation and there is a headline inflation. Core inflation is like here we are finding out the price rise in all goods except except fuel and food. Okay, except fuel and food, right? But in the headline inflation, we are calculating all, including fuel plus food. Okay, including fuel and food. In the core inflation, we exclude the food and fuel items. Okay. And in the headline inflation, we include the fuel and food inflation also. Okay. You got it? Have you got it? Okay. So I hope I have made myself clear. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care and good night. I'll be seeing you at 9 a.m. tomorrow in the morning with my press information bureau sessions. Okay. So bye bye. Take care, and I'll be just seeing you tomorrow. So I would just say that every morning at 9 a.m. I am taking press information bureau session. We take MCQ session and we explain the latest fresh news every day. So I would just request everybody to join the session. Okay. So bye bye. Take care and good night.